Hi, welcome to the Small Shed. Today I'll have a look at the design process for the new Workbench. See you in a minute. Now, if you're undertaking a project like this, it's very easy to just think, oh, I need all these bits, you draw them out, think about it for a bit, go and order them and assemble it. And what tends to happen then is that you find halfway through that there's something you'd forgotten, something you hadn't thought through properly, and it makes the design a bit compromised somewhere in some way, shape or form. It's not to say that you don't end up with a product that you wanted, but it could have been better. And that's pretty much what's happened with this cart. It's taken probably 6 or 8 weeks at least of thinking about it and playing with different options before I came up with what is, I hope, the best solution. It won't be perfect, things never are, but hopefully it will have avoided a lot of the elephant traps that I would have fallen into if I'd just gone blindly in and ordered materials. And you'll see as this goes on through that videos that I've taken how much that has changed from its original concept. That does cause problems with continuity, because when I start off saying I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do the other, what happens is that 2 or 3 weeks later you realise that that's not possible or it's wrong, and you end up with showing a video later on that totally contradicts what you said earlier, and without going back and refilming everything, it's quite a difficult one to square that circle. The one change that I've made that's fairly fundamental with this setup is the way I've found a new joint for the connections. Traditionally I've been using this core screw screwed into the end of the 4040, and then you just slide another rail through it with a hole drilled through the middle of it, and you can insert an Allen key and then tighten it up. That forms the joint. Now I shall be using that for the main cart, but what's helping me in the design is that I've found a small bracket that is similar sort of thing. You slide that into the T section like so, and then you can slide another one in at right angles to it, and with a pair of Allen keys again in there and there you can tighten that up, and it gives a design a connection that's almost as good as the core screw. It's not quite as strong, it does flex upwards, it'll bend that way when you put pressure on it, but for most purposes it's quite useful for lightweight joints. I'm going to use it for 2 other reasons. Firstly, I'm going to use it to help me design the cart, because this means you can slot things together, change where they go, move it around without having to drill holes, and still end up with usable material when you've finished. So first of all, as a design tool I'm using that just to mock the thing up. Secondly, I've got some sliding runners that I need to be able to move during the currency of the build, if you like, so that if you want to move a shelf height, that's ideal, that you can quickly move it up and down, and you'll see that happen later on. So here it is sort of laid out vaguely at the moment to get a rough idea. There are 2 uprights in the 80 by 40 metal. The wheels will be slightly down so that they would touch the ground when you tilt it backwards, but when you've got it flat on the ground it won't move. So that's the top mocked up at the moment. There will be a handle across the back, but I've run out of connectors, and I'm looking to see if I can't get they do a quadrant mould that will look probably better than the 4040, and that will probably come in further as well, because I don't think I need the handle to be sticking out that far. So that's the bare bones of it. I've just quickly put the wheel on just to get a rough idea. I've got to do some modifications to the wheel to take out that protrusion that's there, so we'll have a look at that. The reason I got these brackets was because at the side I was going to put a similar arrangement to that which I've got on the under bench storage, a sliding runner there that we'll pull out with the drawer with the sustainer on top. The Festool drawers are going to be obviously far superior to anything I'm going to be able to make. And the reason I got these brackets was to give me that flexibility that the Festool drawers have. They've got a very nice click system that you can just click on the sides and slide the runners up and down. This is a bit more clunky, but it should at least work if I could find the right key. You could just loosen that, and then that will allow that runner to go up and down. So the runners will be adjustable relatively quickly to allow for different sustainers. One of the very, very few advantages of being old and decrepit is that you tend to wake up at night with light bulb moments at stupid o'clock in the morning, and if by any remote chance you can remember them the next morning, you occasionally got some good ideas. One thing that struck me when I thought about it is that I'm probably doing this wrong, in that if you have 80/40 as I do intend to use, attached like that, it's probably, that's it, not as strong in that setup as it would be if you had a longer side piece that was attached to the 80/40 there, and you sat the 80/40 on top, because at that point you've then got two solid fixings into your right angle, and bearing in mind all of the stress is going to be with it trying to tilt forward like that. So that's a much stronger arrangement than having effectively a butt joint on there, because that single 40/40 joint is far more likely to flex that way than it will be when it's fixed like that. A much better design, so it was worth not getting any sleep last night. And as a secondary advantage, it means I can make a new side plate for the casters, which not casters, the wheels at the back, which will fit on this side, and it will effectively make a joining plate on the outside edge as well. Now I've got to do something to try and get rid of this protrusion on the axle. It's sticking out beyond the wheel side. Now I can't just cut that off with a hacksaw because I can't get in without damaging the tyre. I could go in with an angle grinder, but it won't give me a decent flat side. So I'm going to take the wheel apart and see if I can do anything when I understand how it actually fits together. Right, so there isn't one axle through the middle, there are individual separate ones. And there's a bull race in there. Lovely, I see. Right, so that makes it much easier now. It means I can take that and somehow mount it into a bench in some way or shape or form, I think, with a clamp on it there, and at least get flush with it to cut that. Now I just want to take a brief look before I start with actually building the cart at the way this design has changed over the last several weeks that I've been thinking about it, which highlights why it's sometimes wise to rest on these things and develop them. Originally I was going to put an 80 by 40 in the corner there with the bottom rail coming off it, and the intention was that I could make a tabletop that slid down into this gap down the back runners of the 80-40, and that would fit inside there when it was in transit. Over the time it's moved on a bit from that, because I've realised that the top of the table itself is not just 40mm of the metal. The MDF will stick out by another 10 or 15mm. I also realised that if you strap the table on the back like the MFT do, Festool do I mean, you get a bigger table because it's wider, it's the width of the cart rather than the width of the gap. So once that started to get in my mind, I began to realise that it was possible that I didn't need the 80 by 40, and so therefore I could have gone to a 40 by 40 for the verticals and left that sticking out so that the table would still fit on the back. And I was reasonably confident that that right angle of 40 by 40 at the bottom there would be a stable enough thing to build the table from, but not 100% sure. And so I thought about it a bit more, and I've now come to the conclusion that the best thing to do is to stick with the 80 by 40 but shorten the whole thing front to back. I also realised that that was a bad way of doing the joint, because there was just a 40 by 40 joint there, whereas if I lifted it, slid the aluminium underneath it with a longer piece, you got an 80 by 40 joint at the right angle, which was a good idea. I could bring it forwards because there was no longer any need to have anything hanging out the back. So I've lifted that right up now, so again I get a better joint with the aluminium there, like that. I've left two lugs on just because the table will sit on those, but it also means that the wheel will have a decent solid mounting. I'll be cutting a big plate that will gusset that whole area together, and the wheel will be able to mount on there. So I've now shortened it down that way by 50 or 60mm. That now looks as if the front to back is going to be about 550mm, which is I think about 4 inches, 100mm shorter than the Festool job. while still maintaining the table width that they've got. I've got the Festool drawers I've gone with, although I can do a similar arrangement with my own mix on that. I've actually done drawers that will work, but I haven't got the latching on that Festool have got, so I've shortened that back a bit and pushed it into the shape of the aluminium there. So that sits back in there. So the whole thing now is potentially a much more elegant design. It's shorter from front to back. It holds a bigger table widthways. It's still got the strength of the 8040, and hopefully everything else will work, and the tabletop can now go as far as there. So it's about, I think, 450 millimeters, which again is similar to the 400 millimeters. It's similar to the Festool one. So that's as far as I'm taking it at the moment. That's got the design taken to a point that I'm happy and can more or less cast that in stone, order the rest of the materials up and get building. Next week we'll make a start. I was originally going to make a start by building the table first and coming down, but the way things have developed with supply lines and things, I'm actually building the cart next week, and we'll make a start on that and hopefully get the bulk of the structure finished. Hope to see you then. Bye.